Fortaleza, Brazil, March 2005. On a quiet residential street, nothing looks unusual. No police sirens, no alarms, no warning signs, just a small empty house and a white van pulling up outside. This is the story of how $70 million vanished from the Central Bank of Brazil without a single alarm being triggered. A white van stops near a small house on Rua 25 de Março. Two men step out, dirty work clothes, boots covered in mud. They open the back doors and begin unloading equipment. A neighbor walks over. The men explain they're starting a landscaping business. Artificial grass installation. Grama sintética. The neighbor seems satisfied. The house had been empty for months. Good to see someone finally using it. But what the neighbor doesn't notice? They're not unloading soil. They're loading it. The man behind this operation is Luis Fernando Ribeiro, 42 years old, professional criminal, former bank security consultant. He knows how banks work because he used to protect them. Now he's about to rob one. And he rented this house for one reason only. It sits exactly 256 feet from the Central Bank of Brazil. 6 months earlier, September 2004, São Paulo. Luis sits in a bar with 4 other men, beer on the table, quiet voices. To anyone watching, they look like old friends catching up. In reality, they're planning one of the largest bank robberies in history. Each man has a role. An engineer, former subway construction, a former bank employee, security layouts and guard schedules, a master locksmith, high security systems, a money launderer, moving cash without raising alarms. Luis explains the problem with most bank robberies. Time. You get 3 minutes, maybe 5. But what if time didn't matter? February 2005, Fortaleza. Luis rents the house on Rua 25 de Março. Small, 2 bedrooms, garage, nothing special. He tells the landlord he's starting a landscaping business, pays 3 months' rent in cash, no questions asked. The next day, the setup begins. A sign goes up. Grama sintética, professional landscaping services, shovels, rakes, artificial grass. Everything looks legitimate. Inside the house, furniture is removed. Floor tiles are ripped up. Digging begins. The soil is harder than expected. Clay mixed with rock. Slow, painful. The engineer adjusts the plan. Stronger tools, more time. By the end of the first week, they've dug 10 feet down. A vertical shaft, reinforced with wooden beams. Then comes the hardest part, the horizontal tunnel. Night after night. 2 men digging, 1 filling buckets. Soil is carried back to the house, loaded into the van. Every night, the van drives around the city, dumping dirt at construction sites, empty lots. Anywhere it won't be noticed. At 180 feet, they hit a water pipe. Mud floods the tunnel. At 220 feet, power lines. One wrong cut could shut down half the city. They work around it, carefully. By late April, the tunnel is almost complete. 6 feet from the bank's foundation. The central bank sits on 4 feet of reinforced concrete. Steel rebar inside. Diamond-tipped drill bits are brought in. They wait for the weekend. Saturday night, August 6, 2005, 11 p.m. 4 men enter the tunnel. 250 feet of darkness. The drill starts. They stop every 30 minutes, listening, no alarms. By 4 a.m., they break through. Fresh air rushes in. They're inside the central bank. 1 man climbs into the basement. Concrete walls, storage boxes. Above him, a metal grid. No alarm. Bolts removed. He climbs up. The vault. Shelves filled with cash. Brazilian real notes. More money than he's ever seen. They begin loading bags. Each bag, $500,000, 25 pounds. A human conveyor belt. Tunnel to house, house to van. By midnight, $10 million. By 2 a.m., $20 million. By 4 a.m., $40 million. 1 man panics in the tunnel, can't breathe, drops his bag, crawls out. Luis doesn't argue. They continue. By Sunday morning, $60 million. They stop during daylight, resume Sunday night. By 4 a.m., the vault is empty, $70 million gone. No alarms, no broken doors, nothing. Monday morning, August 8th, 2005. A bank manager enters the vault, freezes, empty shelves, police arrive. They find the hole, follow the tunnel. It leads straight to the house. Empty, just gardening tools. The perfect crime. Or so it seemed. 3 weeks later, a man walks into a car dealership, pays $18,000 in cash, brand new bills, still wrapped. The salesman notices, calls federal police. That one mistake leads to arrests. Names are given, Luis Fernando is identified, Luis flees Brazil, crosses into Paraguay, smuggles millions in cash. But he makes one mistake. Phone calls. They track him. November 2005. He's arrested, sentenced to 15 years. But here's the twist. Of the $70 million, police recover only $8 million. 13 men arrested, 12 vanish, with $50 million gone forever. Somewhere out there, the money still exists, hidden, spent, or buried. The central bank was robbed without alarms, without guns, without breaking a single door. Just patience and a tunnel.